I got this.
G'day everybody, welcome back to Everspace 2. Now, as you can see, I've got my hands full right now, so
Missiles were deployed.
intro might have to wait, although in summary, basically Blakemore has managed to get himself some kind of a mining walker or something like that and weaponize it, so we're gonna have to fight him, and I hope this is the last of Blakemore, but there's still the matter of what's his name? Evil Roslin, that's it, who's gone off ahead of the rest of the GNB and already made his way to the comet. So we're gonna have to stop him as well at some point, but anyway, enough of me just blabbering about and not focusing on this fight. Let's actually dive in here and do what we need to do. So definitely see all these targets that we're supposed to try and take out, so we're gonna try our best to see if we can focus on all of those sections. We do have our stealth ability as well, so I'm just going to reserve that for when we need to, say, maybe recharge our shields or something like that. Basically for desperate situations. At the moment, things seem to be relatively manageable.
Is ultimately futile. The comet will be mine. Not on my watch, Blakemore.
I say manageable right now, but who knows? We might be in a little bit of trouble if we don't focus, so bear with me here, guys. Yeah, this device that shoots down projectiles or larger projectiles has been really invaluable, actually, so I'm glad I have it.
Down. Hit him with everything at your disposal.
Nice.
Hear that, Blakemore? It's the end of the road for you and your schemes. The dust of war is settled on a new constellation of dispersed Viridium fields. They will name it after me.
Mr. Roslin, I have briefed Fleet Command, and they have given the authorization to eliminate Blakemore with absolute prejudice.
Commissioner Hawk, good to hear your voice. I'm on it.
Okay, that was really bad.
DMZ has an opportunity to attain order and profitability, and you threaten it all. Your schemes are lacking in many respects, Blakemore. Adam, you read me? Ben, what is it? There's an elite fighter jet left behind in the hangar, presumably from your clone. It still has that weird wormhole tech installed. so we could follow the trajectory and catch up with him in the Commissioner's cruiser. Exactly. Good thinking, Ben. Make the preparations. I'll join you as soon as I settle this score. Let's see how you deal with this.
Oh wow, okay, so he's got some kind of area of effect type weapon there, so just gotta be really careful. Plus he's got like these freeze abilities as well, or freezing drones or web drones or whatever they're called. I'm not entirely sure how to bust through his shields, actually.
Take longer to charge. Perhaps we can use them to our advantage.
Okay, 1 second, guys. So Hive mentioned something that perhaps maybe we need to take a look at there. So there are bombs that take longer to charge. Perhaps we can use them to our advantage. I'm not entirely sure what that means. Perhaps what he means is some of these take longer before they explode, so we can try and avoid things. Or actually, I just saw something that looked like bombs that we could potentially catch, and we need to sort of throw it back at him. There we go. I'm not sure if I missed that one, possibly.
Work so near culmination. It ain't worth scrap when it's built on deceit, Blakemore.
Okay, too late for that one. Nice. Wow, what a fight. First try.
Bye, Blakemore. Ben, any development on the wormhole front? Affirmative. We're in business. I'm already in the air in the elite vessel and ready to open a wormhole to within the vicinity of the cruiser so we can head it off. Only problem being that I can open a passage for just 2 craft. Mine and yours, I suppose. Nothing bigger. If we can't handle it, no one can. Come on, there's not a moment to lose.
Okay. I smell final mission vibes, guys.
Where are we? Ethon system. Pretty far out. There's the comet, Eshahar. Protecting that sacred rock is what this was all about. I'm getting a reading on the cruiser. Our transit worked. It's dead ahead. I'm registering several more objects ahead of it, moving at high velocity. Damn it! Mining torpedoes! He's already fired them off! There's no way we'll catch those torpedoes. We'll need to board the craft to abort them. Any chance of reasoning with this guy? You should know him better than anyone else. I suppose I should try. Hey, I know you can hear me, so listen up. Blakemore is dead, but I guess you already know that. I know there's part of me in you. If I can care about the fate of the DMZ and its inhabitants, I know you can too. You have nothing to gain from blasting the comet. Nobody does. Oh, I hear you, but I don't care. The DMZ's future has been set. Come on, this is crazy. Just call off the torpedoes and you can still walk away. Oh, I'm to believe you. There's still a chance of redemption. Please. Ben, let's disable those thrusters. We have to slow down the cruiser so I can dock. Roger. He's trying to escape. We can't let him get away. Hive, can you overclock the engines again?
As you wish. Overclocking engines. Disabling devices.
I never imagined it would come down to this. Just us two Roslin clones remaining. Of course it had to. The cosmos is cruel. You're free from Blakemore now. There's no need to be so fatalistic. This is the only path remaining. The DMZ needs to change, and I'm going to be the one to alter the face of this cursed place. Ben, I think he's out of his senses. Not sure reasoning is gonna work. He sounds more than a little derailed, all right. Man, that cruiser's shields are way too strong. My weapons hardly do any damage. Just keep at it. We can't give up now. He took a massive hit from an asteroid. Shields are down. This is our chance. We're doing good. Keep at it. To abort the torpedoes. Right behind you. You know he's gonna try to stop us. I'm counting on it.
Nice. Alright. That wasn't too bad, actually.
He's barricaded himself in.
Didn't get these upgrades for nothing.
Cover me!
Okay, on 3, 2, 1! Damn it! Can't disengage the missiles! Needs his DNA scan!
Ben!
No.
Ironic that you'd be the cause of my downfall. You were the only one I showed mercy to.
Missiles will reach their target in 2 minutes.
What do you gain by destroying the comet now? I'd rather leave behind chaos than nothing. You chose the wrong side. I should never have given you the chance. You know, I saw something of myself in you. Now that just makes me laugh. Ben.
Missiles will reach their target in 1 minute.
Don't do this! Stop the missiles and we can both walk out of this alive! Oh, we're long past that. Life is short enough, haven't you learned? Or have you been spoiled with too many chances? This is our last ride. The end of the Roslyn line.
Missiles aborted.
Damn you. Was it worth dying for? Saving a bunch of jerks who'll never even know? You tell me.
Alright, I was really worried there for a second.
You're finally awake. How are you feeling?
A bit sore, but fine. What's this doing here? Some token of the Commissioner's appreciation?
She was quite happy with how things turned out.
Tell me she's been good on her word.
Oh yes, like a fairy godmother. The fleet won't touch us now, and the borders are open. We can go or stay. Our lives are ours again.
You know, for someone who's experienced death I don't know how many times, I really thought that was the end of the line.
Yes, about that, Adam. There is something you should know.
Just say it.
You took several hits to most of your vital parts. We had to use donor organs to keep you alive. It was very fortunate that there was a matching donor nearby. Otherwise, your body may have rejected the new parts. Do you understand what I'm saying, Adam?
Can't say I failed to see the irony. I suppose I should be thankful to be one again.
Ah, they've come to see you.
Wow, okay. So in the end, evil Roslyn actually saved us. Wow. And that is it, guys. That is the end. I thought we would be able to actually explore around Atheon a little bit, because that is a different system there. So yeah, actually it was the last mission. I thought it would be maybe the second last mission, and then there was perhaps going to be one more. Maybe there was going to be a few more tasks before we actually got to evil Roslyn, but apparently not. So there you go. I mean, I'm pretty proud of myself for being able to actually get through those two sort of boss segments first try. So I thought I was gonna die a few more times, but hey, there you go. Alright, I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be the end of the series just yet, guys, because, I mean, there are probably some parts of the game that will continue. Obviously, there's a lot of puzzles and there's a lot of areas that we haven't explored just yet. So I might actually continue playing just a tiny little bit more, although you know, there's probably no reason to continue in terms of the main story. But yeah, we can check a few places out before sort of calling things or wrapping things up for the Everspace 2 series. But yeah, I don't know, guys, what to say at this point. I probably might just leave the game to sort of run all of the credits through, and then we'll sort of come back and see what happens next and go from there. So see you guys in a little bit. Obviously you guys can skip to wherever we continue.
back in the pilot's seat again.
You sure it's not too soon?
Speak for yourself. You got more holes in you than I did.
Yeah, but my only remaining vitals are up top. So what now?
I suppose there's always new horizons to explore. And with Shaw in charge of G&B, they won't be a problem. At least for now.
Can't rest on your laurels even for a moment, huh?
We got something to protect, and I have my doubts there'll be nothing left to do. The DMZ is always full of surprises.
You could say that again.
Adam, I have news. I have been studying the ancient rifts. Eduardo and I have found a way to calibrate them. We will make it more stable. Maybe I can still find a way home.
To, Ulang?
Yes, Kliko, to Ulang Thradorka.
We believe the rifts can be stabilized by fine-tuning with the concentrated ancient energy remains gathered from the ancient controlled vessels.
I think I've come across a few of those. I named them Tears of the Mad because, I just thought it sounded cool.
If you use them with bypass, we will have more control over the ancient rifts.
Yes. We will probably be able to create rifts that better conform to our rules.
Well, it's worth trying out. By the way, Kala, I should compliment you on your language skills.
Yes, Eduardo was a good teacher, Kliko.
Well, maybe you can tell us more about your homeworlds when you get the chance.
I would be very glad, yes.
Nightmare difficulty. Nightmare difficulty is now available. Not that I'm gonna do that. Enemies are supercharged in offensive and defensive capabilities. Tougher enemies have a small chance to drop legendary equipment anywhere in the DMZ. Okay, good to know, but don't think that's for me. But yes, I guess we're at the point in the game now where we can do what we want. Let's just take a look at the missions tab, just to have a look at what's available. So obviously there's completionist. I'm not gonna worry too much about that unless we sort of happen to come across stuff. Rips in space. This seems pretty interesting. Level 29 though. We're definitely under level for that one. And yeah, the previous mission, Rifts in Space, is still available for us to do as well. So actually, sorry, this is Rifts in Space and this is Rips in Space. My bad. The Rips in Space one we picked up way before. This is the new one. So we need to reach the spatial bypass in Ceto, which is basically just in front of the base, and I guess something will happen. So cool, we can give things a go. I'm also just interested in checking the map here because we did reach Athon before. I wonder if there is actually a way to go back there. We used that wormhole tech, which is, I assume, some kind of Okar tech, right? So, plus we haven't exactly fought a lot of those Okar Prime, have we? So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. But perhaps maybe we could find some of them there in Athon, potentially. Kyone also has a few spots that we could visit, a couple of undiscovered sites there. So I think that's going to be on the agenda for maybe this episode and maybe the next one. Not entirely sure if there will be much more to do, and we might close out the series then. But yeah, I mean, right now I think I'm interested in just checking out Rifts in Space and see what we can do on that front. So before we go though, I think maybe it might be a good idea to just spend a bit of money on repairs. Doesn't seem like a bad idea, and since we're not picking up any orbs anytime soon. So let's launch. And you know what, I do want to change to another ship again at some point. I like the style of the fighter class ships. I forget what they're called, strikers or something like that.
Hey, Kala. I'm at the bypass and would be willing to try out that stabilization method you talked about.
Good, Kliko. This is a test phase. Eduardo will explain the technical details.
Got it.
Hello, Adam. I am running simulations through your craft to the spatial bypass. Only the concentrated ancient energy. What did you call it? Tears?
Tears of the mad. Because, those guys were driven mad.
Yes, indeed. They need to be added to the relay channel.
Okay. Manually, I suppose.
With the concentrated ancient energy, your rift experience could change dramatically. But to what extent, we are as yet unsure.
I'm used to it by this stage. Bring it on.
Did I mention exploration drones? Or are you really insisting on being part of another dangerous experiment?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained, Hive.
Alright, create an ancient rift with the spatial bypass. Okay, so if we just activate it, it'll deliver us somewhere, but to create the ancient rift, we have to just hold F. Let's do that. Ceto Rift. Increasing the lunacy will increase the chances of obtaining a legendary item. After finishing the rift, use Tears of the Mad to increase the chances to 100%. I mean, where do we get these Tears of the Mad, though? So basically, this is kind of like those, what do you call those? Those location device thingos that give us a mission for loot. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I'm super comfortable with this, but we can always give one of these things just a go. So it says add tiers. We're adding 100 tiers. So plus 55% damage and plus 44% hit points. Low chance of a legendary equipment. I wonder if we can actually gain experience from this whole exercise. We can give it a try. Ah, okay, sorry guys, my bad. So this is just increasing the lunacy level, I suppose, but then there's also Tears of the Mad, which we could use. I don't really understand how this system works exactly. Because we can activate or deactivate Tears of the Mad. And I'm not entirely sure what that does. Because it doesn't seem to change the loot quality or enemy damage or enemy hit points. But anyway, always just give it a go.
There
as
it
I
is.
said.
And here we go again.
Okay, so I think we had one experience with a rift, right? And I think we're supposed to try and defeat all of the enemies within a certain amount of time, potentially. That's sort of the impression that I get anyway, so this may be a pointless exercise because I'm not really that good at this sort of stuff, but I'll just give it a try. Okay, that's pretty crazy. And that wasn't like too hard even. Already very, very challenging. So I can see how the game has even more, I guess, replayability with these rift challenges being available as well. We did pick up what appears to be a tier before. I don't think it's actually in the inventory here, but I did see us pick it up. And I suppose maybe that's something that you sort of use to fuel further rifts. What I have sort of real question marks on, though, is how the hell do we get back to Atheon? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, guys. Unless there is maybe a jump gate somewhere that leads us to Atheon. Let's take a look at our missions again. Yeah, okay, so we've already completed the Rifts in Space mission. Rips in Space, however, we probably still have a few spots that we need to work on to try and get those spatial bypasses in. We actually don't have a spatial bypass in Union, so I'm thinking maybe we should go to Union and... Oh, actually, no, we do have one in Union now. I think, yeah, we placed that down last time we went to see the Kato guys about the final mission. Alright, cool. The Kate Nebula, we have one. The Zarkov system looks like we're missing a spatial bypass. I wish the mission would actually tell us where we need to go to actually put it down. But we can visit a few spots to try and find out where to put the bypass. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can spot anything in particular on the map that would actually tell us where to go. It seems like it could be in any location, really. So I might want to just try and look for something relatively central. Maybe even here, like the Vesna mining colony, perhaps, could be where we need to go. So... yeah, I'm just trying to think what is the easiest way to get to Zarkov. I mean, we kind of have to... jump there, right? So... that's alright, I'll use the spatial bypass here, because I think that's going to get rid of at least one jump. We'll travel to Prescott Starbase, and then from there we'll try and get to the jump gate that delivers us to Zarkov, and from there we go to Vesna Mining Colony and we'll place down a spatial bypass there, assuming that that is actually the place for it, so I could be wrong completely. Yeah, and about like buying another ship, I'm still not 100% sure, guys. I mean, I like using the current ship that I have because of its rarity. Probably gives us a few additional buffs.
The legendary Prescott, station that never sleeps. The convenience of spatial bypass travel. This could catch on.
Alright, yeah, so what I was saying, guys, is whether or not I'm gonna actually have enough money to buy another ship to use and to, you know, play around with in terms of, you know, cosmetics and stuff. Alright, so Cartwright's Wake is where we need to go. I am assuming that we need a spatial bypass to be placed down at Atheon as well. Big question in my mind, though, is how do we get back, as I said. Yeah, game hasn't really given us any hints on that. But if we don't manage to do it in this episode, which I think is likely, I'll try and do a little bit of research offline to see how one can get back there, and we try and progress the next few episodes that way. And yeah, I reckon the series will probably only last maybe until next episode, or maybe the one after that. We'll see how we go. Hope you guys have been enjoying things so far. Okay, I thought if we activated a jump gate, all the enemies sort of leave us alone already. But apparently that's not the case. I probably should pick up cash, shouldn't I? There we go. Okay, and from here, we need to make our way to Vesna, and I'm just sort of hoping that that is the location for the spatial bypass. I could be completely wrong, and perhaps maybe the spatial bypass needs to be somewhere else. Vesna seems like a central enough location with a big population. Okay, I'm not actually seeing any markers or anything like that for placing down the spatial bypass. So maybe it's not here after all. Got a little bit of free loot here, we may as well grab. Alright, well, as we're gonna have to move on then. Let's see, where else would make sense? We went to Nirvana gas orbit before, and I don't think there was anything there. Navia orbit, we could potentially check that place out to see if we could set something up there. Yeah, this episode could be just a whole bunch of jumping around here and there, guys, to find the right spots for the spatial bypass. Alright, so this is where we fought all of those zombie ships, wasn't it? So I'm not entirely sure if this is a good place for a spatial bypass. I wonder if this could be the spot. Yeah, this is definitely not really telling us where we need to go. Oh, actually, sorry. This is giving us a hint, actually. Drake, Gilbert, Naval Base in Drake. Let's take a look. I thought we already have a spatial bypass here. But maybe not. Ah, okay. So that's the spot that we need to go to. Perhaps maybe the only chance for us really is to actually set it up there and then maybe move on to another spot. Actually, no, we do have a spatial bypass here already. Why would we need another one at... oh, sorry, I was looking at Gang Wars 2, that's why. No, my bad. Alright, let's jump back out. I mean, I don't mind going to Drake, though, because there's still a few of those, you know, undiscovered locations there as well. Could we be needing to set things up in one of these, like, smaller, like, areas? I'm not sure. Maybe Perun 4 might be the spot. Let's actually travel there. Just double checking everything, guys, making sure that we certainly haven't placed a spatial bypass. Yeah, Drake has one, Union has one, Ceto, of course, has one, the Kate Nebula has one, Zarkov doesn't have one, Kyone has one because we had to escape from Kyone, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there it is. We could go back to Kyone as well to do a few more of the unknown locations there. But anyway, if we don't have any success with Perun 4, I think what we'll do is we'll head back and we'll see if we can get ourselves to Drake, and from there we can try and do some of those unknown locations, and I'll do my research on where we actually need to go for these spatial bypasses as well.
excavated the hell out of this place already by the looks of it.
Nice shot. Your fuzzy Horak friend just jumped in.
Okay, let's make the most of him. Hey, Alec.
Fear not. I'm getting you out of this.
Alright, well, again, I'm not getting a marker or anything like that for a spatial bypass, so this must not be the place.
Ding! Cross another one off.
All right, that was fun. Gotta go now.
Alright, well, I'm gonna get out of here as well. Sorry, just double checking. Yeah. Unless we're not getting the option because we don't have the right things to make the spatial bypass. 10 Qui-Gon, solar particles, dark energy, proton capacitors. I mean, where can I check all of those things? Crafting? Yeah, we've got plenty of dark energy. Qui-Gon, solar particles. Yeah. We got 6 pure Qui-Gon. Normal Qui-Gon, we've got enough, I think. Solar particles and proton capacitors. Sorry. Misclicked there. Solar particles. Yep, we got plenty. Sorry. Just looking at that last thing. Proton capacitors. Okay. We don't have any. How can we make these, though? Crafting components. Proton capacitors. Okay. Maybe I may have gone a little bit too overboard on that. But now we've got everything that we need. I wonder if we didn't have the option before because perhaps maybe we didn't have all of the required materials. But now we do. Let's jump out. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I feel like Vesna is still the place that makes the most sense. And it could be because we didn't have enough of the materials. So I'm inclined to just go back to Vesna and see if anything changes now that we've got everything. I mean, if that was the case though, I feel like the game should tell you that, you know, this is the spot, but you need to gather the materials for it. And if this doesn't work, then I'm pretty much gonna make my way to Drake. So I want to start the next episode with a little bit more stuff to do, hopefully. Yeah, nothing.
Station, what is the status of your fusion reactors?
Maybe I'll go back to the other site that we thought could be the right place. No, definitely not this place. I mean, it could be at any of these places, right? Ogni mining fields. Alright. Tell you what, guys. Heading back to Union and then heading to Drake from here. And we're gonna then start our adventures in Drake in the next episode. So that's gonna be my focus right now. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about this quest, guys. I mean, some of the other systems seemed so obvious, but the game doesn't exactly give you too many hints as to where to go, which I think that could be improved upon, because I guess we're sort of wasting a lot of time here, not doing too much. Try not to draw too much attention. Can we not activate this? Access denied. Why is that? Oh, apologies guys. I went to the completely wrong place to actually get there. And the name of the location is really just implies that you would be able to jump through, but in fact, that is not the right spot. Yeah, I meant to go here to the smuggler's back door. That's better. Okay, so from here we have the option to either go to Drake Passage or we can just go to Prescott Starbase and do a jump to Drake Research Station. I think that's actually a better option because then it won't take us as long to actually get to some of those undiscovered sites. So that's the plan. We could go to Prescott Starbase and start checking out ships and stuff like that if we wanted to, but I guess there's no real point considering we don't really have a lot of money, although what we could consider doing is we could consider selling some of our old ships and perhaps maybe that way we might be able to have enough funds to buy a brand new ship. So I'm thinking about it guys, because that is tempting. It's not like we're gonna go back to some of the very first ships, for example, so we could just get rid of those. I'm not entirely sure how we can actually sell ships that are stored, if that makes sense. I might have to play around with that. But we won't rush into buying another ship just yet, because we've only just bought this ship. What, a couple of episodes ago? Not even, maybe. Alright. Let's get ourselves to Drake. And I think we'll call it an episode at Drake Research Station, guys, because I think this episode's been quite a long one already. Not a bad start to the first maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes of the episode. Pretty action-packed. A lot of story.
To the light fantastic thanks to spatial bypass technology.
But unfortunately, I feel like the rest of the episode has been very, very uneventful. So apologies guys if that is the case for you guys, but hopefully some of you guys skipped to any of the interesting bits. Next episode should be a little bit more eventful with more stuff to do, and by then I would have already researched either the spatial bypass issue or the issue about how to get to Atheon. But anyway, I am signing out. Hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a like, a dislike, or a comment or two down below. Stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.